Now see, last time we are discussing about recursive descent parsing, and you have seen the recursive routine that may be used for top-down parsing. Here, just see how we can simplify, because in recursive descent parsing, if you have a production having several alternatives, then it is possible to backtrack, and that will hamper the efficiency of the parser. So we try to develop a parser, a recursive descent parser, where we are clearly able to identify that yes, this should be the action, this very so, and what is what information you have? You have a string, input string that is to be parsed, and you are just scanning through the input string. So we have an input pointer, and we look the symbol pointed by the input pointer, and on the basis of that we take the action. Okay, so how we can proceed for this? You can see, you just see this. You are familiar with this grammar? Okay. Now we remove the left recursion from the grammar. First, and after removal of left recursion, you will get this. Now we draw the transition diagram. You just consider the transition diagram for these two productions. Similarly, you can go for these two productions, means this as well as this. So you just consider this. We have 3, then plus, then T, it is plus TE dash, and one is epsilon. We have two production, plus TE dash, this, and epsilon. The state is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now see, it is transition diagram for E dash. So what we can do, we can simplify, means after 5 we have to repeat again E dash. So we can write like this: 3, 4, 5, and back to with epsilon transition E dash. This is plus and this is T. Sorry. Plus TE, plus T and E dash again. And here epsilon to 6. You can replace this E dash by backlink to again T dash. Okay. Then we can merge. This is state 5. So 4, 5, 5 with 3. So you will get this 3 plus 4 T 6 epsilon. So this is transition diagram for E dash. Okay. Similarly, now see, we start from the here. If you have plus, then just see, if input pointer is pointing to plus, then we will go for this state. Otherwise, it is epsilon. For any another symbol, it will be epsilon production. Means E dash is reduced to epsilon. Okay. So here we have distinct clear indication that is this action should be taken. Now see here E2 T E dash, this very production. This is the transition diagram. For E, transition diagram is T E dash. This is final state. So you can replace this E dash by this E dash. It is numbering is 0, 1, 2. So you will get 0, 1, T. E dash means plus, here you have T, and from here you have epsilon to 6. This is state 0. 3 will be merged with this. 2, 3. 1 and 3. Now see here at this state you have incoming T and incoming T from 0, incoming T from this state, as well as incoming T from 0 state. So you can change, merge this state as well as this state together. So you will get transition diagram merging these two. So outgoing T, T, and back plus, and from here this state you can have the number 0, 1, 2, and you keep it 6. So 0 and 2 are get merged here. This is 0 and 2. This is 1. So 0 and 2 are merged. From 0 you have outgoing T transition, and from 2 you have outgoing T transition to 1. 0 and 2 you have outgoing T transition to 1, and from 1 you have outgoing transition to 2. So here, because it is a initial state, so when means 0 will be in the case of initial state. So when 0, then it will go for the t and then plus. Otherwise, it will always come from this back channel, that is from 1 to 2. So here epsilon 6 state. So just see, it is simplified. Similarly, you can simplify for other production also. Okay, and when you simplify, you will get this, and then see what we have simplified. This and this. This is E dash. This is E. Okay. And now we can introduce recursive procedure or function for the parsing. But again, this parsing is very complex. So we don't, if we don't have backtracking in recursive addition parsing, then that is called predictive parsing. Okay. So if we construct the parser for this, where we remove the all backtracking, then that is predictive parsing. But again, due to the recursive call of the various procedure for various non-terminal, it is very time taking. So we use another parsing technique where there is no recursion. Okay, no backtracking. That is non-recursive predictive parsing. Okay, it is how it works. It is also called LL1 parsing. In this is the string to be parsed. See the structure of the parser. This is the, आपको बात सुनाई दे रही है? Any of you?
Yes, sir.
ऐसा है, यहाँ नेट नहीं आ रहा, हम मोबाइल से कनेक्ट हुए हैं, इसलिए थोड़ा हो सकता है प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन आप ठीक है, चलिए. So LL1 parsing, see the structure. It is this parser is non-recursive predictive parser used for the top-down parsing. Okay. In this parser, we use input string, a buffer, where we keep the input string, special data structure, a special memory area defined as stack, predictive parsing program, and there is a parsing table. So if this predictive parsing program is applicable for all type of all parsing, the difference is, for suppose you are using one language, another language, this parsing predictive parsing program is same for the top-down parser, but there is change in the parsing table. Okay, because this predictive parsing program will refer the stack and current input current content of stack and current input symbol. Accordingly, it will consult the parsing table and basis of that it will decide the act. Okay, and just if you want to generate parser, top-down parser, then you can use this structure for generation of the parser. What you have to do, you have to define a data structure stack and you have to define a buffer where you have to keep the string to be passed. This is the routine that handles the table on the basis of symbols from input string and stack, and from parsing table you will get the action, and accordingly your parser will take action. Okay. How it works? Just see. Suppose TOS, this predictive parsing program, if TOS pointing to X and current input symbol is A, okay, on the basis of that it will console this table. Okay. If suppose the current input symbol and top of stack is dollar, completion of parsing, successful completion of the parsing. Okay. If not, then suppose top of input symbol, stack symbol is a terminal symbol A and current input symbol is also A. Then what we do? We pop out this A from top of stack. Now TOS will point to this next symbol, okay, and advance the input pointer. But if X is a non-terminal, on top you have non-terminal X, in that case it will console this table M for X and current input symbol A. There you must have an entry A to alpha. Okay. Actually it must be X to alpha. X is a non-terminal, X to alpha. So what we have to do? You have to pop out this X of the stack and push in alpha onto the stack, keeping first symbol of this alpha on top. Okay. And second thing, if at this position you don't have any entry in symbol table, then that is the case of error. You have to call error service routine to handle the error. Okay. You just consider for that very okay grammar. We have this table. Which grammar? Operator grammar. We have got after removing the left recursion. Okay. So we will get this table. We will discuss how to construct this table, but see how it will work, how this predictive parser will work. For that, your grammar is E2 TE dash, and where E dash is plus TE dash epsilon, and then T2 FT dash, where T dash is asterisk FT dash and epsilon, and F2 E ID. Now see how this parser will work. First we have this table, I stack and input buffer. Initially, suppose the string to be parsed is this, followed by dollar, and on stack we have start symbol, because in top-down parsing we have to start from start symbol and try to generate this string. So we have start symbol, dollar, and start symbol is E. E and ID. Now your parser program will refer top of stack. On top of stack you have start symbol and current input symbol is ID. So E and ID will say about the next action. If you refer E, this is E row and this is ID row. So what we have to do? The action is E2. I have told you the action is in this case on top, third rule. If top of stack is a non-terminal, in that case we have to refer this table, and we have, I have told you A to alpha. We have to pop out A and push in alpha, keeping first symbol on top. So you just pop out E and push in alpha. Alpha means T dash. So E dash followed by T on top of stack, and here nothing, ID plus ID into ID dollar. Now T and ID will say about next action. So just see T and ID. T is non-terminal, so FT dash. So it will become E dash, T is removed, and it will be FT dash, keeping F on top. Okay. Here you have ID plus ID into ID dollar. Now F and ID, replace F by ID, means pop out F and push in ID. So you will get E dash T dash ID. Here ID plus ID into ID dollar. Next, ID and ID apply rule 2 we have discussed. If top of stack is a terminal symbol, then you have to pop out ID and this should be popped out and advance the input pointer. Now input pointer will point to plus. Next is E dash T dash. After popping out, this is the state of stack, and here you have plus ID asterisk ID dollar. Okay, T dash and plus. If you refer the table is this. This is T dash and plus. Plus is this. T dash and plus. It is replace T dash by epsilon. Okay. You can put it here. So T dash epsilon, you will get dollar E dash here plus ID asterisk ID and dollar. Next, E dash and plus. E dash and plus. You have this very production, so you have to pop out E dash and push in the right side of the production, that is plus T dash, keeping plus on top. So you will get dollar E dash T plus T dash, keeping plus on top. Here you have plus ID into ID dollar. Okay. Next, plus and plus. So you have to remove rule 2, this and this are get removed. Now it will point to ID, and here you will get E dash T and here ID asterisk ID and dollar. T and ID FT dash. Okay. So dollar E dash T is removed. FT dash you have to push in FT dash here ID asterisk ID dollar F and ID. This action means F should be replaced by its right side of the production, that is ID. So you will get dollar E dash T dash and F means ID. Year ID, asterisk ID, and current input symbol is ID, same symbol you can remove. So next step is E asterisk ID dollar. Now T dash and dollar. T dash and dollar will say about this. You have to replace T dash by FT dash. So you will get dollar T dash and asterisk. Action is this. You just see this. Okay. Now it will be replace T dash by right side of the production. So you will get asterisk FT dash, and here you have asterisk ID dollar. Now asterisk and asterisk. Asterisk is on top of stack, and asterisk is the current input symbol pointed by input pointer. So you will get, you have to remove it. You will get status of the configuration of the parser E dash T dash F and here ID, because it is get removed dollar. Now top of stack F, a current input symbol ID. So again F2 ID. So it will be E dash T dash F means ID, here ID dollar. Now ID is an ID, so remove it means by applying rule 2. So it will be E dash, T dash, and here it is removed. It is removed. Dollar and T dash, dollar and T dash. You just T dash and dollar. T dash to epsilon. Means T dash is pop out T dash and push in its left side of the production, right side of the production. That is epsilon. No, nothing to push in. You will get dollar E dash here dollar in input. E dash and dollar. If you see E dash and dollar, it is epsilon. So dollar, pop out this, push in, and dollar, successful completion of parsing. So in this way, this parser work. Now see the syntactic structure generated. You have started from E, this E. Then E dash T, okay, and T is replaced by F, sorry, देखिए गड़बड़ हो गया ना, E to T E dash. Here it is written in stack, okay. Now T to F T dash, F T dash, and here F to ID. Then this T dash is replaced by epsilon here. Next E dash to plus TE dash, plus TE dash. Then this T is replaced by FT dash, FT dash. Then this F is replaced by ID, okay. Then you have T dash, E dash, T dash and T dash on top. Then T dash is replaced by asterisk FT dash. This is asterisk FT dash. Then this FT dash. This F is replaced by ID here. F is replaced by ID. Then ID removed. Then this T is replaced by epsilon. This is replaced by epsilon. So just see ID. Here you are doing the through this T you are doing the multiplication ID into ID. Okay, and here plus. So multiplication has precedence over addition. Okay. So in this way, this parser work. Now come to the, this is the parsing steps that we have discussed. Okay, using the parsing, predictive parsing table. Now we will discuss how to construct this table. Actually, it is very important as far as competitive examination like ISRO or this GATE are concerned, you will get question from here. This is two term, first and follow. To construct the table, we have to compute these two for various grammar symbol, especially non-terminals, first and follow. What it means? What is the meaning of first and what is the meaning of follow? What is significance of first? Well, suppose you have the alternative A to alpha beta. So first of alpha will have all the terminal symbol that will appear as a first symbol in the substring generated by the construct alpha. And first of beta will be a set of terminal symbol that will be the first symbol of all the strings generated by the construct beta. So it will just identify the first symbols of the string generated by the various alternative. Okay. And you have to keep this thing in mind, then it will be very easy to understand. For follow, especially we consider follow for non-terminals. Suppose there is a non-terminal and you are aware that each and every non-terminal in the grammar say about certain language construct. Suppose there is a non-terminal A in the grammar. So follow of A will have all the terminal symbols that may appear after this construct. Okay? Means if you look onto that very symbol, you can decide yes, A should be the non-terminal and you have to go for A. That will help in taking the decision, selecting the production. Either first or follow. Both are, means actually how that table is get constructed through which you are deciding, you are just finding actions. No need to any backtrack and recursive function. You just find the action, consult the table and find the action on the basis of the various symbols they may appear for a particular construct at particular junction of the parsing. And for that we will consider the input symbol pointed by input pointer. Actually, if you see the name of this predictive parsing table, it is also called LL1 parsing table. What it means, why it is LL1? First L means is scanning of a string from left to right. Okay. Input string means in input of buffer, your input pointer will scan the string from left to right. And second L means this L. Second L means far leftmost derivation. Okay. It will always generate leftmost derivation. And one is the number of symbols that is to be considered for a parsing action. The grammar supporting this very parsing is called LL1 grammar. If you are considering K symbol in a grammar, you are considering K symbol for deciding the parsing action, okay, for generation of certain string belonging to the grammar. In that case, that grammar is called LLK grammar. Okay. So perhaps now it is clear that what is LL1, what is LLK grammar. Now come to this. Suppose, for example, suppose you have A to alpha, first three alpha, and through alpha you can derive a string starting with control input symbol A, terminal symbol A. Then first of alpha contains A, and if first of alpha contains A, then first of A will also contains A. Okay. Suppose here okay, I will give you the rules for computing the first and follow of various grammar symbol. First, see the first. First of alpha is a set of all terminal symbols that begin any string derived from alpha. What we are discussing. So to compute first of alpha, if x is a terminal, first of x is a x. Okay. In the case of terminal symbol, first of that terminal is the first symbol of that terminal. If we have x to epsilon is a production, then we can add epsilon in first of x. And if we have a production like this, x2, y1, y2, yn, then first of x contains all the symbols of first of y1. Okay. But if y1 may be reduced to epsilon, means first of y1 contains epsilon, in that case it may also contain all the symbol of first of y2. It means if y1 may be reduced to epsilon, then first of x contains all the symbol of first of y1 as well as first of y2. And so on. If y2 may be reduced to epsilon and so on, then it will you should add all the symbol of first of y3 to first of x and so on. Follow. Follow has three rules. Where is these are the three rules of the follow. If S is the start symbol, then dollar is in follow of S, because dollar is the end of string marker that is all the input symbol has been considered for parsing generated by the Lexer analyzer. Okay, so if S is the start symbol, we generate entire string through start symbol S. So dollar is the will be in the follow of S. Second rule, if A2 alpha B beta is a production in a grammar, then follow B contains all the symbol of first of beta. But if beta has epsilon, then you have to exclude that epsilon. Okay. And see the case. Third rule say about that case. If beta is may be reduced to epsilon, then first of B and first of A is same. Okay. So in this way, you can compute first and follow. From our next turn, we'll discuss about the construction of first and table and practical example with practical example. Okay. Now, if you have any problem, you may ask. Otherwise, what about your quiz of unit 1?
So Wednesday को ले लीजिए सर.
Wednesday, okay.
सर थर्ड फोर्थ स्लॉट खाली रहता है ना मेरा.
Thursday को?
सर थर्सडे को तो
ओके सर.
थर्सडे कितने बजे खाली हैं आप लोग?
एक सर 11:20 to 12:10
खाली हैं?
यस सर.
चलिए ठीक है, थर्सडे को होगा.
ओके सर.
यूनिट 1 और थर्सडे जो लेक्चर होगा उसमें आप डाउट पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक.
ओके सर.
ओके, चलिए.